This is Record Royale, where we throw two albums into the ring with one another and see which one comes out on top. Hey! Oh, what's good? What's good? How we doing?
I'm good.
Oh, when this episode comes out, so today, for people listening, we'll be out of lockdown in New South Wales. So that's pretty exciting.
God.
Woo!
Yep.
That is really exciting.
I'm pretty keen. I've been in lockdown for too long now. It's like 16 weeks.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whew.
I mean, it could be worse.
4 months?
I live pretty close to the beach. I can do a lot of things that other people can't. But yeah, it's been pretty shit. But then Central Coast, we can't even travel. We can't like leave Greater Sydney.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how far can you go once you're out of lockdown?
Well, everywhere besides like Sydney, Wollongong, and Central Coast can go anywhere, but those areas can only travel within. So we're just gonna go to Sydney for like 2 weeks. I think it's until they hit 80%.
Somewhere funner than the Central Coast.
Yeah, I think, but until they hit 80% or something, we can leave Central Coast.
Yeah, right.
So I'm pretty keen to go to Newcastle and see my friends. But
Yes, that would be nice.
yeah, pretty keen to see your new house, Brad,
Yes.
and your new
Absolutely.
dog, Adam.
You have to.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
And we
It's
live
been a while.
Oh.
across the road from each other, but we haven't
Yes.
been into each other's houses yet.
Wow.
That's
So
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my family are in New South Wales, so yeah, they're all in Campbelltown, so not the
Right.
place you want to be
Think
for a
of it.
lockdown, I think.
No.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, well, the voice you're hearing is the lovely voice of Rachel Whitford, and we got Seb James from Adelaide band Haliday.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks so much for coming on the show. Very much appreciate it.
Hell
Our
yeah.
pleasure, absolutely.
Have you guys been in lockdown in Adelaide, or has it just been smooth sailing?
Like, we'll get the odd week of lockdown, and then we'll be like, oh, this is horrible, and then we'll go back to complete normalcy, like, the next week.
Damn. That must be
Well-
pretty nice.
We've only had 1 week of lockdown this year, but our restrictions, I feel like, are the most brutal anywhere else. So even though we only had 1 week of lockdown this whole year, we've still, and that was back in July, we're still, all of our shows are fully seated, and you have to wear a mask
right.
while seated, and yeah, it's not great,
Yeah.
I feel
but
like it's going to be
better
weird.
than being in lockdown.
It's going to be weird up here because they're just basically, once everything's sorted, it's just, we're pretty much just going into no restrictions. I mean, there's going to be a month of
Oh,
still
really?
half restrictions, but
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah,
a
it's
gonna
weird
be a
like
circus.
to
Yeah.
go from
Whoa.
this
I'm
to
going to get smashed at work.
yeah.
Where are you working?
Beers till like 3 o'clock
Yeah.
every night.
You're not going to be able to do anything. You'll be working all the time.
At the
Especially
pub.
Oh, well.
because things will be like, it won't be full capacity. So there's just going to be so many people roaming the streets, not being able to get into pubs. It should be interesting. I'm pretty keen
great.
to. I'm also really keen to like not be talking about this ever again. Hopefully,
Yeah,
me
oh my
too.
God.
I'm
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm quite over it. So it's okay. Let's leave that chat there for now. Let's talk
that's
about what
fine.
you guys have been doing at Haliday. So debut single, Phase Me. It's been out for what, like a bit over a month. How's the reception been for it?
It's been very nice. I think when I started this, I had no intentions of pushing it as hard as I did, or thinking that anyone would even care. So the fact that it's gotten this much love this early has been just overwhelming, really. I've been just feeling too much love, getting a big head.
That's a good thing. And you played a release show for it as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we played a headline show and got a couple of young bands come along. And it was nice. It was all seated, but it was still good vibes.
Yeah, at least we're able to actually play the song. Most of the bands
Yeah.
that we've had on have been like, yeah, we put a song out, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Just kind of made some social media posts, and I was like, oh, man. Chasing.
It's like you see everyone, like, they're touring albums that have come out like nearly 2 years ago now, and you're like, oh God.
Yeah, it's been a slog for sure. Well, the song is very much like a song you'd want to see actually standing up at a show. There's a lot of, I hear so much early 2000s pop punk influences in it, like Boxcar Racer, bit of Taking Back Sunday in it a lot. Even like a little bit Citizen and Wonder Years. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did those two bands play any influence on the songwriting?
I think Citizen definitely did. Like, I just want to be an emo band really badly. So I tied a lot of that stuff into like early Blink and stuff like that, punk rock, just tying all my influences sort of together, like emo, punk rock, and pop punk.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it definitely comes through, and I love it because I reckon I'm the biggest like Tom DeLonge fan ever. So anything he does, I'm like, yeah, sick. And then I heard your song, and I was like, yep, right up my alley. This is good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, I
really
think we've just moved and like we're starting to like decorate the house and stuff, and I think it's turning into a little bit of a tribute to Tom DeLonge. Like I bought, like, he released through To the Stars like a series of 4 skateboards, and it's like his face are on all of them, but like in different stages of his life, and we bought all 4 of them plus some mini replicas of his guitars, and we're like, and this is our shrine to Tom now.
that's so nice. Yeah, because
When you said shrine to Tom DeLonge, I thought you were just going to say, yeah, we've got like alien snippets from the newspaper up on the walls and stuff.
That too, yeah. That's
We're followers.
Because when we had Aston on, who plays in Towns, and Haliday as well,
Yeah.
he said he had been searching for one of those Tom DeLonge guitars forever, and then he had one. Is that?
He got one. He now has 2 Tom DeLonge guitars and a Mark Hoppus bass, so it's our
Shit.
turn. Yeah,
Wait,
he got
He did
everything he wanted. He did it.
That all came. What? So did he get the bass and the other guitar like pretty recently then?
He got the bass pretty recently.
That's so
Yeah.
nice. Damn.
But it's still not enough though. He hasn't quenched his thirst for Tom DeLonge yet. There'll be more.
There's always more.
Any
So he
Travis,
actually just buys Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
any Travis Barker drum kits down the line?
Oh,
Oof.
Does he have like a drum kit, like a signature drum
He'd
kit?
have drum sticks.
Yeah.
I think he has
Definitely.
cymbals as well, maybe.
Yeah.
oh, probably.
Interesting.
Our drummer would know for sure. He's literally got a life-size cardboard cutout of the 3 of them in his bedroom. So I mean, like, I think we're just like a. Well, I mean,
With
actually,
Blink.
the funny thing is, Haliday Without Me actually is a Blink tribute band.
Yeah, I thought I remember Aston saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Enema of the Southern State is them.
So good.
Is the cardboard cutout them 3 when they were in like their Dickies Longs era? Oh,
Yeah.
The best era.
That's the one.
that's so nice. Might have to get one.
Some jorts on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a treat.
So good.
Sweet. I'm going to smash through little facts of these 2 albums. We've covered the Wonder Years before, but not Citizen. So they formed in Ohio in 2009. Matt Karakis on the vocals, Nick Ham on the guitar, Eric Ham on the bass. Is it just them 3 now? Because I think I read something that they were just a 3-piece now.
Yeah, I think they've gone through some changes, but I don't know who.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did announce something, but I don't remember.
Yeah, because at the time of this album, there was also Rylan Ohlers on the guitar, and then Cray Wilson played drums, but I'm not sure if those 2 are still in the band. So yeah, this was Youth, their debut studio album, released on 11th of June 2013 by Run for Cover Records. We've mentioned them heaps of times now. Modern Baseball, Basement, Title Fight, heaps more good bands on that label. Produced by Will Yip, who we've also mentioned heaps of times.
Shout out Will Yip.
He's pretty much
He's got
done
10
every
mentions.
single band. Yeah. So yeah, we did him with Basement the Story so far. I think we've probably done more of Will Yip stuff, but
Title Fight.
Title Fight, yeah, heaps more. I'm not sure what the singles were, but they released music videos for Roam the Room, The Summer, How Does It Feel, and Figure You Out. So I'm gonna assume they were the singles as well.
I think the summer and
How Does It Feel?
no, it was the other one.
Figure You Out?
Figure You Out, I think
Yeah.
was the other single.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I couldn't find like the official single thing. Cool. So the Wonder Years, yeah, we covered the album after this. I think Suburbia. I've given you all. I've given you all Now I'm Nothing. We did it against Shed by Title Fight with
Ah.
yeah, with,
Similar matchup.
yeah,
I think I think all 4 of those albums were peak Tumblr albums.
Oh
yeah.
And I think that's
right.
that's the important thing. Yeah.
yeah, right. Well, maybe
To
because
think of here. Yeah.
we did that with Dan from Columbus and Waxflower. So
Of course.
he
yeah.
probably
Oh my God. Yeah.
probably got pulled it from there.
Oh yeah.
So this was their second studio album, released on January 26th, 2010 by Run for Cover Records as well, also with No Sleep.
It's the day before my birthday. I didn't know that.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa.
Damn.
Pretty cool.
11 years ago as well. That's crazy. Produced by Vince Raddy.
Yep.
I actually couldn't find too much other work he's done, like full producing. I know he did Gift Horse, and he was also like engineered heaps.
He mixed Youth. So
oh, there you go. I should have looked harder.
got a common guy.
Another
on these
parallel.
albums.
Yeah, we found that a lot with especially punk bands, that there's a lot of crossover.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You get one good producer or engineer going, and it's like, that's the guy for the next 2 years. Then we'll move on.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
I once again couldn't find the singles, but they did. I think Melrose Diner might have been the first
that
single.
was definitely one.
Would have to be.
Yeah, and then
That would have been the first song I ever heard. So yeah.
yeah. I haven't done one of these in a while. There's always, for like bands, especially pop punk bands, like random lists that magazines and websites put them on. So Rock Sound put this album as their 24th most essential pop punk album of all time.
Oh.
24.
That's pretty high.
Pretty.
I thought you were going to
I
name
thought-
the Rolling
personally,
Stone
should be
500
higher.
best albums again.
Yeah.
That's got a record number of mentions in our pod.
I
Because
reckon
there's 500.
This episode,
24.
this episode 74. I reckon I've mentioned that list like at least 38 times. The Rolling Stones 1,000 best albums of all
I
time.
think they updated it the other day.
Did they?
You should
Yeah.
you should release stats at the end of the podcast, like a yearly podcast series. Like you do like the amount of time we've mentioned Rolling Stone, the amount of times
Yeah.
we've made the
Oh,
best
yeah.
pop punk list.
That's a
If
good
someone
idea.
wants to do that for us, please do.
Oh, yeah.
Genius,
Yeah.
genius the
So
lyrical
I'll
side.
get it to you
Thank
by
you.
Christmas.
Yeah, our top 3 most mentioned just things would be Genius, Rolling Stone magazine's 1,000 best albums of all time, and probably Blink 182 at the
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm
Yes,
really-
that's-
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
and Justin
Justin
Timberlake,
Timberlake as well.
and
Oh,
Yeah.
Justin
okay.
Timberlake gets mentioned every episode.
and Jet the band.
And Jet.
Jet.
There's been a lot of Jet
Recent.
this season.
Somehow, we'd never talk about Jet, and Jet come up. So we might have to get them on the show. All 4 of them.
Yeah.
Via Zoom.
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway, that's all I got for the facts, these two. I usually can't find much for little, I mean, they're not little, but it's odd that I couldn't find like the singles for these. But that's all I got for the facts. Let's get into the elements. You said it before, that these are all like Tumblr albums. I think these albums just typify like the respective eras for each genre, I reckon. Like Citizen, like the post-hardcore scene with bands like, I don't know, Title Fight, and then Wonder Years, that early 2010s pop punk sound. Yeah, it's just so apparent in both of these albums, like when they were released.
Yeah, I think if you can like listen to a song, I feel like most the bands that were releasing albums around that time were part of that scene and probably playing Warped Tour and that sort of thing. I feel like you can almost take any of their lyrics and put them against a forest, a beach, or a flower field, and you're like, oh my god, that's a phone background. That's a work of art. Like that's how you define the Tumblr era of bands.
That's a 1,000 reshares right there.
There you go.
Tumblr era bands. What other bands would have been in this besides like Title Fight?
Defeater,
Story So Far.
Story so
Oh,
far.
yeah.
for sure.
Man Overboard is a big one.
Real Friends.
Ben Pop Punk.
Yeah, real friends.
That's why I literally can't.
Basement, Balance and Composure.
Yeah.
Definitely, but
Yeah.
Balancing Composure.
Yeah, I literally can't think of like one of these bands without thinking about all of them at once because it's just
Yeah.
it's just the
They
time where I was
blur
listening
into
to
one.
yeah, it was all at once.
Yeah, I said like I don't know what episode it was, but a couple of weeks ago, but there's some albums where I listen to and I just hear like a million other bands in it, and like both of these albums, I just heard every other band from like that era, especially
Yeah.
I also heard like 6,000 bands from Newcastle.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
It's
Shouting
like
into
this is,
the-
you can hear the
yeah.
influence, like it's still
Definitely.
going. Definitely.
Absolutely.
at the Hammer on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the funny thing is that, like on that, the way that I actually started managing Dear Seattle was in 2014. They covered Roam the Room, and I was like, "That's the band I want to manage." Well, that's all you had to do. I was like, "Yeah,
Big tick.
I was like, that's all you got to do."
Yeah, because they used to be like the hardcore band.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
That's so
yeah.
nice. Because the first Wonder Years album we did, it only came out like what, a year after this one, didn't it? Or like maybe 2 years?
Yeah.
if that?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
year or two, I think. Yeah,
They're
It was
pretty quick.
Yeah, they're pretty similar, I think, sounding, just going off what we've listened to on the pod. But I think I kind of like this one better. I don't know. I think
I might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do.
With that said, though, I think it's very cookie cutter pop punk to me.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
like
This is
Here we go.
yes, like in terms of like, okay, when it comes to like the actual instruments and that sort of thing, like that is not my area of expertise. Like honestly, I barely play an instrument, so like yeah. But lyrics of the songs are where that's where like the thing that makes me fall in love with bands and that sort of thing. I think I overanalyze lyrics and that sort of thing like a lot. And I think part of the reason the Wonder Years do like, or maybe did stand out to me a lot more is around that time, you know how like those like there was that I can't remember that guy's name. He made those videos that were like typical pop punk, and there was like, you know, and there was like, what was his name?
I found him recently because I was looking at. He was one who did those videos. It was like every pop punk band on stage.
Yeah.
Show me your khaki
I know what
shorts.
you mean.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know
And
what
he
you're
did
talking
the
about, yeah.
band pronunciation videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canoe
And
Oh, that definitely rings a bell.
yeah, and like, you know, and there's definitely a lot of those like pop punk staples, like, you know, you're supposed to like you say I hate this town, you're like I hate my dad, you know, there's daddy issues definitely attached to it there, and then there's like, you know, there's like those typical things, but I've realized in this album they actually say, instead of I hate this town, they say I'm not fond of this town, so I think that's a little bit nicer.
Yes.
And he actually has a song where he mentions calling his dad, and his dad cheered him up and like how much he loves his dad. And I was like, well, we're already breaking two of the barriers of like the cookie cutter pop punk album. So, and I think a lot of pop punk is like a lot of self-deprecating, a lot of like negative like stuff. And I was like, when I decided to do this album, I started like listening to the album more, and I was like, realize that if this was like 2010, I feel like I could start like an Instagram that was like surprisingly uplifting pop punk, and I could have so many quotes from this album that is like, oh no, things aren't actually that bad, like they're like, I actually made a list of some, if you'd
please
yeah,
by all means.
this is what I do. We've got obviously the typical, but that was the thing for the album, was the I'm Not Sad Anymore on repeat, and the first way that appears is I'm not sad anymore, I'm just tired of this place. So
that's like the first line, isn't it? As well.
Yeah, it's the very first line of the album, and then there's the world's not such a shitty place. We brought this on ourselves with bad attitude, so they're accepting that it was, you know, change your attitude. You know, maybe things will be better. Not sad as I let myself believe sometimes. It's not so bad if you don't look at it that way. I think that's a nice one. Like,
nice and optimistic.
Uplifting.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
very
uplifting.
uplifting. And I'm getting better, but it's in small steps. And the whole world's full of losers. So if you get a chance to win, take it. That's my favorite one, I reckon.
That one could be on like a, you know, those inspirational posters that you had at school.
That's a poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all
and it
of
just
them.
has like a swan or something.
Yeah. Pigeons, maybe.
Pigeon, yeah.
That's
I did
nice.
read
Maybe a
on-
pigeon.
Yeah, I did read on Genius, our major sponsor of the pod, maybe next year, that the vocalist Dan Campbell, he said about the album. So this is completely what you said, Rachel. He said it's about not living in a self-defeating world. My friend said that he stopped listening to hardcore and started listening to hip hop because he'd rather hear songs about how cool people think they are rather than self-hatred. And I was like, fuck, that is a good
That's
take.
awesome.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I actually also read on Genius. Please fucking sponsor
Oh, yeah.
us. That on Hostels and Brothels, that song's about just like touring in England and feeling shit about himself, and then the other bands that he was playing with and his bandmates were all just telling him like to actually live his life, and then he started living his life, and that's kind of how it is by the end of the track. It's kind of like perfectly what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, that I did have that written down, but it was like that's when he calls his dad, and his dad's like, "No, it's going to get later. Just wait there and see." And at the end, he says, "Things got a bit later. I guess my dad was right." And I was like, "Whoa."
That's so good.
So
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I do. Like, if you swapped the lyrics on each album, like you put youth lyrics on the Wonder Years, it just would be so shit. Because like the music is very. I mean, if I heard this when it came out when I was like 13, I'd be like, "What? Yes, this is so good!" Like everything about it. But now hearing a million other pop punk bands since then, the really like the thing you latch onto the most is the lyrics. But I think the lyrics on Youth are a lot more vague than like the
really
pop
sad
punk lyrics.
well.
Yeah,
Very.
yeah,
Really,
they're
really
brutal.
Very sad. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have crashed the car.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's very confessional. I think he was. It sounds like he had a pretty bad breakup or something.
Yeah,
with that
even like-
relationship or whatever it is. Yeah, yeah.
That's how they all start.
Yeah.
In Figure You Out, where he's like, and I cut you open so I could see you inside out. To
so
figure
surreal.
you out. It's like,
Crazy.
oh, okay. It's getting.
Yeah, it's almost for his
Pretty
own
dark.
sanity or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's oh my goodness, it's sick though.
It is. Nice.
It is sick. I really like the music. I think I like that style of music, the Citizen, as in like the instrumental a bit more
Yeah.
usually. But I definitely
Yeah,
like the
definitely.
lyrics more on the other album.
Yeah.
So maybe if they blended, I would. Maybe that would be good.
Yeah.
But probably wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, and it's another example of a 10 track album that's just concise and kills it.
Yeah.
How many songs is the Upsides? Is it 10 or 11?
Oh,
'Cause
well,
they had the deluxe
did-
edition.
Exactly. So
Oh,
then that's
true.
where it. It's either 10 or 11, and I think it's like 14 or something when it's the deluxe edition or something.
It just felt kind of long to me because every song is like just going. The only song that's kind of a bit chill is Hey Thanks, like has like the ukulele,
Yeah.
which was a nice little break
So
because
sick.
9 tracks or 10 tracks.
Not gonna lie, I think it could have done without that song, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think.
Do skip
The
that
ukulele is so 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
That's
earlier,
a post
maybe.
Jason Mraz era.
Jason Mraz.
Yeah, 07 maybe.
Maybe just never.
The first time I actually saw the Wonder Years was they were added to this tour. I think it was in 2010 or 2011, and the tour was supposed to be. I think it was called the Mix and Match Tour, and the whole point it was like half pop punk bands and half like heavy bands. But all the pop punk bands pulled out, and they replaced them with heavy bands. So I think the final lineup was like Parkway was a headliner, but I think it was essentially like Parkway, Miss May I Killed the Prom Queen, and the Wonder Years. And it just was like not right because the Wonder Years opened and I was like I was excited to see everyone, but I was like most excited for the Wonder Years because I was like, I've seen a bunch of these bands before, and they came out on stage and they started the Sydney crowd were not great because they just started booing them instantly.
Oh no.
It was a really bad time, but
That sucks.
That's such a metal
metal
crowd,
scene of
yeah.
Sydney are awful.
I remember when I was at Soundwave in 2013. Metallica headlined that year. It was like probably the best festival lineup I will ever see in my entire
That
lifetime.
will be, I think.
Yeah, it was
I think it's as good as it gets.
so stacked. See, if people are listening,
That was the year when it was like Blink and
Blink,
Paramore,
Metallica,
Offspring.
Paramore, Offspring, fucking
Was that
Everyone.
Linkin Park as well?
yeah. So yeah, Linkin Park played before Metallica.
Fat.
Bring Me the Horizon as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And All Time Low. Just
there was so many. I still have
I think
I have
the
a
Wonder Years
shirt.
played that year.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
did.
Yeah, they did.
That was
Yeah.
the first time I saw Wonder Years, and he
Yeah.
was
And-
taking photos of the crowd. And he's like, "I'm gonna send these to my mom," and he was crying. And I was like,
Damn.
That's beautiful.
I love that guy so
Metal
much.
crowd
He's
from
so
the
nice.
booth. That festival was a bit of like a crossover between punk and metal. But however, at
Yeah.
the metal stage was like the big one because Metallica was playing, and it went like, what's Corey Taylor's other band? Stone Sour. Went Stone Sour, Slayer, Linkin Park, Metallica, and Linkin Park aren't like heavy, and so many like metal fucking gross humans were there just booing Linkin Park, just like pissing in bottles and throwing it at them.
My
And
God.
I was only like
God.
15. I was like, oh, what's going on?
That's-
I just want to watch.
that's-
I just want to watch Metallica.
Is this normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because that would have been. I'm guessing you went to the Sydney show.
Yeah.
I would have been there as well.
Yeah.
I think, and I think during Slayer, people started lighting fires in the bins and started throwing them too. Like it just got
yeah.
the metal stage was just
and
brutal.
because that was because I can't remember what happened, but they had to delay some of the bands because I think it rained and the vans couldn't get their buses couldn't get there.
The bus didn't get there, so they swapped Paramore and Offspring set or Blink set or something like that.
Yeah, I think Paramore ended up playing last, but they didn't want them to be the last band at the festival. They wanted Metallica to be last, so Metallica they were like an hour late on stage, which everyone was even more angry about, and it was a hectic time.
Oh shit!
Yeah, great festival though. The first band and song we walked into was Through the Fire and the Flames by Dragon Force.
That's so
We were like, what? This is what festivals is? It might even be like my first actual festival. So I was pretty young.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was that kid that like got there at 7 a.m. and waited so I could be one of the first people in. Wow. And I have a feeling that year was the year that maybe even Non-Point played, and I don't know if anyone knows who Non-Point is, but I don't, other than they had a song on like SmackDown versus Raw 2004 or something like that.
Probably not.
And so I know that like one song, and as I was walking through the gate, because they were like the first band on for the day, they were playing that song, and I was like, it's gonna be a great day.
There are bands that you can classify as WWE SmackDown versus Raw genre of bands.
Hell
yeah.
Godsmack.
Seether in there. Godsmack, yeah.
Who's
Cowman 5000.
Who's the band?
3 Days Grace.
3 Days Grace. They sing Riot. That is
Breaking Benjamin.
So good.
So good.
So,
I totally missed the whole wrestling thing. Hey, totally.
Yeah. Me too, but these two love it. So
I still am dumbfounded by it.
Will does love it.
I would say did now. I think I've gone past it again. It was good for a little bit there, but yeah, God, I loved my. Could talk about. Wait, when's the wrestling pod starting?
You should start it with Dan. Dan from Towns just freaking loves wrestling. I think he's always like, "Oh, you want to wrestle? Let's go! Come on."
There's a healthy amount of people in like the Australian music scene that are big wrestling fans. Spencer from Paper Thin, yeah. Should we get into the segments?
Let's
do it.
On that huge
huge detour.
Yeah. But it tied back.
That's fine.
The Wonder Years were in there somewhere. All right, let's do.
Yeah. Well, okay, hang on. Melrose Diner is the wrestling music video because Soupy is a giant wrestling fan as well.
Oh, there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And it all ties together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Get Inked.
Get Inked.
All right, we're gonna make tattoo designs from these albums or bands, whatever we want to do. I'll go first this week. I think it's been a while. All right, these aren't good, so I'm gonna get them out of the way because then by the end, people will forget. So from Youth. Oh, all right, all right. So it's a Youth, just the album title. You already know it's shit. So it's like a child. Like a come on, it's not just that. But it pretty much is. And then like a midlife adult, and then just like an old person, an elderly person, I should say. And then maybe the child can be like red because of youth. All right, so from the Wonder Years. Sorry, guys.
Awful.
Maybe you could cut that out, and I just won't do my
Keep it. That's fine.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Anyway, this one sucks too. From my last semester, the line, I took it obviously from this line. I can't take any more of all the scum in this place. Shitty dudes with tribal tattoos all around. I was just thinking just like the worst tribal tattoo you could possibly ever imagine, just across like your entire shoulders and back. And I don't know, maybe your pigeon can be in there somewhere or some shit. Yeah,
sounds good.
They weren't great. So I'm going to have to pick up my game next week. Brad, what were yours?
Well, mine are super literal this week. From Youth, from the song title, Speaking with a Ghost. I was singing just like a kid who's got the old blanket over his head, done the old Halloween, the easy Halloween costume, and he's just talking on like an old home phone with the coiled wire.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty simple.
I like it.
Pretty effective, I think.
Yeah. Effective.
And from 1 year's the dynamite shovel. You guessed it.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right.
The shovel, get this, with a stick of dynamite, sticky tape to the shaft, and with the fuse on fire.
Nice.
Great.
Pretty literal. Yeah. Not too clever, that's for sure. But hey, we did it.
That's all good. Adam, what are yours?
My one from Youth, from the song Figure You Out. The line is, "You got my fingers crossed, but I'll catch myself and I'll wish you off." this doesn't really have much to do with that lyric, but I was just thinking, you know how like people cross their fingers and then put it behind their back in like movies and shit?
Yeah.
Maybe just like a tramp stamp of like a hand.
Whoa.
Like, fingers
Ah,
crossed.
good.
Would be kind of nice.
That's good. Yeah.
And then my one for the Wonder Years, if I can find it. Oh yeah. From Logan Circle, I've been drowning my sorrows in Lucky Charms and soy milk. I was just thinking maybe the pigeon like drowning in a bowl of Lucky Charms, and like maybe with his wing up like this. Yeah. That's
Adam,
it.
you've been killing the tattoos lately.
Thanks,
Very
mate.
Yeah,
good.
they were good ones.
Okay.
Wait for my business pitch. It's
Oh,
fucking-
I'm already keen. I need to take some pointers. Rachel, what are your tattoos?
Well, for the youth one, it's pretty brutal. But there is this tattoo artist that I follow, whose name on Instagram is Sean from Texas, and their style is they actually do really full on brutal, like normally like big scenes. Like I don't even know if I could show you like if I can hold my phone up to the camera so you can see. But anyway, just in the lyric where it was like what we talked about earlier, I should have crashed a car. I think he's literally done a car crash like scene, and it kind of just reminded me of like, I think, okay, this is like what it's like somewhat. I mean, I don't even know if this can like something be seen, but this is like literally like a cop car on like
that's kinda
train
cool.
tracks,
Well,
and they do like
yeah.
really like. But
That's really brutal, but that's it.
they do. There is definitely a car crash one that I've seen, and it's literally been like, yeah, it's been full on.
That's
But I
it.
was like, I just went straight to that kind of. See if I can find the photo. But
That's a cool one.
yeah, so that's what I was thinking for youth. And actually, I always had this idea. It was the second Citizen album, but there was I can't even remember what the lyric was. But I always had this idea because I want a Citizen tattoo, was to find a tattoo artist whose style I really liked, and I wanted to send them lyrics of the song, and I just wanted to say, however you interpret this, draw something that fits the song, and just like, and I was like, that was going to be my tattoo for Citizen. Like I was like, I want to see like what other people's minds, how they like
I think I should do that.
visualize
I
things.
can't come up with any ideas.
Yeah, no, I was like, I was like, I spent too long trying to think about it. But for the Wonder Years, I had a really hard time trying to work out what it could be, but only because I already have Wonder Years tattoos. And
What are your current
what
Wonder
have
Years
you got?
tattoos?
so on both of my calves, I have it's like in the trad style, like two boxes, and around them has the lyrics. I came out swinging, but I'm walking out with two black eyes and a split lip. And those lyrics are from the song called "The Bastards, the Vultures, the Wolves," but it references their song "I Came Out Swinging," which also then "I Came Out Swinging" also references an older song.
Oh.
And both the boxes have two black eyes and a split lip, and they have Wonder Years tattoos on them.
Oh,
So
Shit.
that's
it
such
is
a deep cut.
tattooception.
That's
Whoa,
so good.
so sick.
I didn't know
So
they
I was-
referenced their other songs. That's really cool.
Yeah, they reference other songs in lots of songs.
Heaps,
so
yeah.
yeah, it's like every album is connected by songs, which is crazy.
I like
Sick.
that. That's awesome. Well, your tattoos
Yeah.
are the best because they're actual real tattoos.
Easy.
Seb, what are yours?
Well, I thought, Wonder Years pretty happy and Citizen's pretty dark, so I chose tattoos accordingly. So what do you remember the TV show Pigeon Boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he would ride the power lines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like a little bicycle thing.
Yeah, and have his little pigeon call. Yeah, I just think I'd really like to get him tattooed with just
That would be really
life as a pigeon above it.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
Wow.
nice. And then Citizen. I don't know why I was trying to think, and I couldn't stop thinking about Snoopy at the same time. I don't know. I was on a weird brain wave there, but I just had a vision of him. I was trying to think of ones about crashing the car, but I couldn't.
Snoopy crashing a car.
Yeah, but I ended up with Snoopy lying on his kennel, how he does, and he sleeps, but he's got his phone up this time and he can't sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because he can't sleep because Charlie Brown's grown up and he's a anti-vaxxer now. The other kids are all, got COVID
Oh no.
or deniers or voted for Trump or something. And so he's just lying on top of his kennel on his phone with really heavy bags under his eyes. It's,
Poor Snoop.
can he sleep anymore?
Charlie Brown is an anti-vaxxer Donald Trump voter. Fuck. That'd be an
Wow.
I swear.
I thought my one was done,
Brilliant
but
mind.
that got
No, that was great. That was very 2021.
Yeah, every week there's like some idea that would be a really good short animation film, and that's it. Charlie Brown
That was
grown
sick.
up at protests, yelling at the world. They were both really good.
Yeah.
Sick. Let's pick our favorite songs. We're gonna do the ad. All right. Top song, one from each album. We're reversing the order. Seb, you can go first.
Mine's Roam the Room for sure.
Yeah.
The opener.
Great intro.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, both the
So far.
openers are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you hear it, you get a feel for the whole album. Like,
Yeah.
you know what you're expecting, and it just hits you so hard. I just love it. Can't get over it.
Nice. And for Wonder Years, did you have one?
The Logan Square.
Yeah.
Circle.
I have Logan. Sorry, yeah.
Looking circle.
Yeah.
So good. Sick.
Yeah.
Rachel, what are yours?
From Upsides, it's Washington Square Park, because that's the one that had the lyric that was like, the whole world's full of losers. If you get a chance to win, take it. And I love that, because I think a lot of the time as well, like sometimes when I'm like just doing things in life, I'm like, am I being selfish? And I'm like, and I'm like, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I'm like, are these decisions selfish? And then I think back to that lyric, and I'm like, no, I think it's like literally just like it's a chance to, you know, move forward and advance and that sort of thing. So it's my little mantra, and especially since listening to the album again, it's been sticking with me a lot. So even it's actually, that should have been on my tattoo, because I've been like staring at it being like, should I get that tattooed somewhere? And then for you, it would be, I don't know, I love that album so much. I think it would be Sleep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Fucking love that song.
Nice. I can't remember who went next. Adam, you can go next.
My one for youth, I'll go Speaking with a Ghost, I think.
Yeah.
I really like the chorus on that. It just got stuck in my head all week, so
Yeah.
that'll be the one that'll stick in my head for the next week. So I'll go with that one. And then for the other one, what was I going to say? Melrose Diner, even though it's the big track. That's again just I couldn't stop listening to that track. So there you go. That's my ad.
Well put.
It is
sir.
so good.
Brad, what are yours?
I'm gonna go off youth. I'm gonna go Figure You Out. I love how like it's pretty straightforward, that song, like structurally, but I love like the hyper visual cut you out and see what's inside sort of lyrics. Pretty brutal, like talking about someone that you kind of used to know, like you can't even figure out, so you got to literally open them up and see what's in their brains. So yeah, pretty crazy. I'm gonna go Hostel and Brothels from the Upsides. I think that first minute is so hectic, goes all over the place, and then there's that big breakdown with like the gang vocals and shit. Yeah, it was definitely probably the highlight for me.
That song is cool. It's very, very 2010s pop.
That first minute goes all over the place. Sick.
Yeah, it's sick. Both mine being said, I was going to say Speaking with a Ghost as well. I'm just going to say it because we've already done so many tracks. I'm just going to say it as well. It's like the chorus is cool. It's like really big, but it's not. Like the music, the music gives the vocals so much room to just be large.
Will Yip does it again.
The harmonies are mad. And I was going to say Washington Square Park as well. That's like just full of riffs. That song, big shredding song. And
they on that one of their albums they've released in the last couple of years, where they do like kind of reworked versions of that. The one they did for Washington Square Park almost is like, it's like, it's almost even a little bit, it kind of is like verges on country even a little bit, and it's like,
that's really nice.
Such a strange take of the song, but it made me love it so much more.
Did they do any? I don't know. I've always imagined the One Years being like a really good country band. Do they?
Well, he has his
is that where
solo
Adam,
thing.
is that where I'm
Adam
thinking of
West.
it? Okay.
in the Roaring 20s.
Yeah,
Alright.
and they have like harmonica and stuff in that.
Yeah, it's
Super good.
folk,
Yeah.
That's where I've
It's
got it
so
from.
good.
Yeah. Matt.
Yeah.
Sick. All right. Heaps of good songs. Chuck it in that playlist. All right. We're going to do Shark Tank.
It's a smash hit.
Now, I don't know if we told you about this segment. I can't remember if we wrote it down
Don't
or not.
think so. No.
All right. You didn't have to prepare anything. It's all good.
You just have to judge.
Yeah,
Okay.
should be interesting. So me, Brad, and Adam, we're taking a song title from either album. We're making a business idea, and then we're pitching it to you, e.g. Shark Tank. And then at the end, you two have to decide who you would give your hypothetical investment money to, which
Okay.
business. All right, I'll go first this week. All right, so mine's from the 1 Year's album. So my business is called This Party Sucks. I didn't write a pitch this week. I'm just gonna kind of wing it. So like when I can't remember, but a few years back, cast your minds a few years back to when there was no COVID, and you'd go out, big night out, but you'd just go from like pub to pub, club to club, party to party, and they all suck. So with my new app, This Party Sucks, it's like a subscription, and you get insider information into like every pub in your vicinity to see if it's like worth visiting. Like you get so it tells you like
I
Is
like
it going off?
how many people there, the age of everyone, how pissed everyone is, like
age of
the
everyone.
music, the music
Yeah.
being
Not getting that
played,
information.
That's good.
price of drinks, price of entry, and then like
I'd get around
your
that. I reckon.
overall like potential meter for like a huge night at that place.
Yeah, if you just,
Sending meter.
Yeah.
you just
Yeah, so I don't know how you'd actually get the information. I'm thinking maybe there's like another side of the app where we pay
Just get
people
Facebook
to
to
like
sell it to you.
To then go,
to
yeah.
like give information. So yeah,
just-
that's my
you need
business.
team up with the app that tells you if the ice cream machine is broken at McDonald's.
Oh,
Combine those two, and you've got a
Hell
great
yeah.
you've got a great night out.
this ice cream machine sucks. Yeah, so that's This Party Sucks. Pretty simple one from me this week. Usually mine are pretty outrageous. Adam, what is your business idea?
Mine's even more simple.
Okay.
Dynamite shovel is mine. And mine is... So I don't know if you guys are avid diggers. I don't know if you've ever digged a hole in your life.
I've been
Sometimes
known to.
you're trying to dig and
Mine a hole.
that dirt, it's really hard. And it's like
Yeah.
you're just really struggling to get to the soft bit where it's easier. This shovel shoots explosives. So it'll shoot the ground for you, and then it's easier to shovel. So it saves you half the time. Very simple. You have to wear boots when you use
You
it.
want some steel caps? on,
Steel cap
that's for
boots
sure.
are required, but other than
Yep.
that, genius. And it's a really good weapon as well if you want.
Could you point it at your co-workers?
You're not... Well, we're not going to tell you to do that, but like,
Okay.
you know,
You can.
Do you get
you can dream
to
big.
do you get to choose the size of the dynamite explosion? Because what if
It's
you've got a little hole?
more of an exploding bullet. It's like a gun.
Okay,
This
right.
it's a gun.
Bit of FMJ.
It's a gun that has a shovel on it.
It's just a shotgun.
So you can kill someone and bury them.
Wait, so
Perfect.
but how big are the holes? Like when you the hole in the ground, like if it's
Depends
just a bullet
on-
size.
Well, pretty big. Really big.
Shotgun bullet or something.
Yeah, it's like a shotgun bullet.
Okay.
Just
Oh,
breaks it up a
slug.
little, you know?
Maybe
Yeah.
you can, after like the original idea blows up, you can develop models for
There'll be different models, yeah.
like
Maybe one with a flamethrower.
yeah, for like big
Don't know what
trucks, so
for,
you
but-
can use it if you're knocking down a stadium, businesses can use it to big explosion
Yeah.
come out
I
of
just-
the shovel.
I feel like there
bazooka
should be more
model,
crossover
the machine
between-
gun.
Weapons
Yeah.
and homewares.
Yeah, so it's like
That's
it's a
all.
shovel.
No
It's a
way.
shovel weapon that the
I
average
want to go to Bunnings
civilian
and get a gun. Yeah.
the average civilian can own in their suburban backyard. I like
Yeah.
it.
Available at Bunnings.
Yeah.
Available
Wow.
only at Bunnings. It's
And
exclusive.
Better by 10%.
And again, you just put the McDonald's ice cream tracker on that.
exactly
Also,
right.
you've got a winner.
Yeah,
All right, Brad,
exactly.
finish her off.
All right. Mine is called Sick and Impatient. Or SAY, I think it would be abbreviated to.
Brad always
Say-
adds a...
I need like a little gimmick
Acronym
because
for
they're
these.
never very good. So I need a little what's it called?
Abbreviation.
Motto or something.
Motto.
Alright, anyway, It's a groundbreaking new service that helps the sick and elderly to get treatment they need fast. You just say your symptoms and say we'll drop around a care package, kind of like Call of Duty, out of a helicopter.
Yeah.
And the more pissed off and angry you are, the more impatient you are, the quicker your package arrives.
Oh, so like the angry old people of the world, it's finally their time.
Yeah, exactly right. So yeah, you got to get real angry, and then you get a care package of goodies. I don't know if you need a Band-Aid or something.
Nice.
But what if it's like they need prescription things?
Yeah, they can do it all.
They
Yeah,
can
they
do
get
it
all
all.
of the.
Loud.
Yeah, you got to get
Got to
heaps
be
angry for that.
convincing.
So it's
Punch the wall.
like Uber, but Uber Eats
Yeah.
for medication for old
Exactly
and
right.
impatient people.
These
So
are
it's,
all
yeah, helicopter.
Yeah, these aren't good. Hey, I don't mind this party
Yeah.
sucks. I also didn't mind
Yeah.
yours, Adam.
Actually, yours is pretty good.
You're,
Don't worry, Brad.
Brad.
We'll see. We'll see what the Sharks think. Rachel,
Look,
I was going to try and do everything I own fits in this backpack. I was like, I'm not just going to
Yeah,
put.
this looks
I'm not just
good.
going to do a big backpack.
Well, I was
No,
thinking.
it's a Mary Poppins backpack.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Or
was
like the
thinking, I actually
Harry
had that
Potter
same
Enchanted
idea.
one.
Brad, yeah, I was about to say that. Harry Potter,
Yeah,
the big tent.
I was going to do your head got misplaced as well, but I don't know.
Where would
couldn't
it
think
be
of
Find
it.
your head app.
Yeah. Find your
Did you
head.
lose your head? With our new app, you can find it. Oh, it's on your shoulders. You fucking idiot.
Everything's an app.
Yeah. Well, it's just so
That's
easy.
what we-
I was even thinking figure you out, and it's an app where you can figure someone out. I don't know how,
Yeah.
but it
Tells you
That's
if
Maybe,
as
they're-
far as
yeah,
I
it just
got.
gives you data.
yeah,
Gives you their bank details.
yeah.
How much money do they have?
Mum's maiden name, all the stuff they need.
That's so good. All right, Rachel and Seb, which business would you think you'd give your investment to? Do you think you might make a mozza out of?
You can say none if you want.
Yeah, you can keep your money if you want.
They're all. I like them all, to be honest. I'm worried about the insurance claims and the inevitable jail time with the dynamite shovel.
Fair enough.
The say was nice, little catch line, but I feel like
Very
it's
good.
gonna be too hard to pull off. I think Your Party Sucks is a winner for sure.
Yes.
Nice.
What are you thinking, Rachel?
Well, see, I'm trying to think of what would appeal to me, and even though the This Party Sucks app sounds good, realistically, I think I'm at that age now. Whereas even if I got a review saying this party is pumping, I still probably wouldn't leave. So I'm like, it doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
When I'm sick, I am probably more impatient than most, so that
Yeah.
would definitely assist. But I'm actually about to work on a music video project that does involve me having to dig a hole big enough to fit
Yep.
two bodies, and I'm gonna have to go. And
get
the
it done in 5
dynamite shovel
minutes.
would really help me, so I picked the shovel.
Easy.
And it can kill the people too if you need.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's fine.
That's
You can do everything.
Well, Brad, that means you're the tiebreaker.
Oh, okay. Look, there's a lot of shitty venues in Newcastle, and for some reason, some of my mates still go to them, including myself sometimes. So I would love to know what's going on and what really sucks and what actually doesn't suck as much.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Sainty's one.
Yes.
Nice.
Sorry, Adam.
Oh, that's fair enough. I didn't think
Yes.
I'd get any votes.
Dynamite shovel.
Thank you, Rachel.
That's alright. We'll start this on
support.
the side together.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
These idiots don't know where they're putting their money.
This party sucks would actually sort, but every venue would be so against it.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Or,
No,
except
until
for the
you
good
get
ones.
the inevitable venues that infiltrate it, and then they're
Yeah.
given they get people to give fake reviews.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd miss out on the weird night out though too,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is great. Going to the old person pub for some reason accidentally, and then drinking with an old guy till 4 a.m. accidentally, and still having a great time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be doing that.
That's true.
Well, actually, also the last time that I think Seb and I, well, actually, I don't know if you've been to Newcastle since, but the last memory I have of us in Newcastle, we were waiting out the front of the venue to go home, and we watched someone in a pimp costume get coward punched out the front and
no.
had to call the police.
my
So,
God. Yeah, exactly.
maybe
Needed in Newcastle.
it's, I
Had to
think,
be in Hamilton.
Yeah.
Had to be in Hamilton.
Probably the hammer.
Maybe it wasn't a costume. It was just straight
Yeah,
up.
I was gonna say,
was
it probably was an actual pimp.
Yeah, legit. that area.
That's funny.
Anyway,
That's heaps good. Sweet. Great business models there again. We got one more segment. We're We're going to do 2 truths and a lie. Who's up this week? Brad?
Me.
All right.
Yes.
Bradley's got 3 statements about these bands. 2 are true, 1's a lie. We got to figure out the lie. What do you got for us, Brad?
Okay, so these are all about Citizen. Okay, number 1. The Summer was recorded in Studio 4. Turns out that studio also recorded the score by Fugees and Cypress Hill's critically acclaimed first album as well. So it used to be a bit of a hip-hop sort of studio before mid-2010s. Number 2, singer Matt, is it Karakas?
Karakas or something, yeah.
Karakas became a massive Mortal Kombat fan after rekindling his love for video games while recording As You Please. So the album after this, in Studio 4. Number
after that.
3. 2, is it? Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I
know my Citizen.
Number 3, Eric Ham, one of the members, has a life ban from attending any Cleveland Browns home games.
What for?
He said, I think it was something to do with gambling. I think he used to go and gamble too much, and then there was like a bit of an incident. I think.
That
I
sounds
think
pretty fishy, bro.
That sounds so fishy.
I think you can gamble. You can gamble at like the venues there. I think maybe I don't know.
You're lying. You cannot do that at the venues there. Surely not. I reckon. I'm like
I
certain
say that
you
one's a
can't.
lie.
They only,
Brad's pretty
they only
frazzled on
just
it.
started like promoting gambling in America. So that sounds pretty fishy to me. Number 1, it's got to be true. Surely you didn't make that up. Studio 4.
I think, see, my mind goes, there was maybe a little bit too much information there, that maybe it was actually like Studio 3. Like, so that's the lie. It's
Yeah,
it
you
was
never
the
know.
next
It can be a bit
room.
tricky like that sometimes.
Yeah,
And you-
so
You
You
did
did also mention it. Studio 4, next one as well.
Yeah.
Kind of sneakily though.
Yeah, at the end.
Like kind
I'm a
of
mastermind.
kind of on purpose. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's definitely
You
on
called me out
purpose.
for the one after, but there's all these little things going on as well.
Damn, it's actually turned out to be a pretty good one.
I
Mortal
need to figure
Kombat.
you out, Ab.
see,
Yeah. Mortal Kombat one could be a lie. I don't know.
Yeah.
The
It's
game
so,
could be in your
it's-
head.
Brad
It's
could have just been
harmless.
playing Mortal Kombat through the week. I'm trying to
Exactly
think
right.
of what Brad would be doing, because usually his lies are to do with something that he's come across in the week.
Well, they are from Cleveland. I reckon maybe
And
the NFL's on at the moment. The Cleveland
NFL's
Browns have
on.
been playing. He might have just been
True.
like, yeah, sweet, let's do
I
that.
also don't know why he would have publicly announced that shit, like, you know.
Mm.
But that, or maybe it was said in an interview. And it
Yeah,
was
just
a
like one of those.
Yeah, I did see it in an interview.
Go
Yeah.
away. Oh, did you?
He made it up. Didn't he? I reckon
A
one's
run for cover interview.
I think you've changed my mind now.
Yeah,
I think
same.
I'm gonna go number 1.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm gonna follow you,
the
Rachel. on that.
Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
I think that's
Wow.
it could be a technicality.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right, well, I'm gonna go. I'll go 2 then. No,
Oh.
I'll go 3. I'll go the Cleveland Browns one. Fuck it. I'll stick to what I originally thought.
Well, I'm gonna go 2 then, just in case it is
Spirit
that
of
one.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone's got to
like
win.
I
you
want to
said.
win. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the Mortal Kombat one is absolutely true. Yeah. They him and Will Yip played a lot of Mortal Kombat during the recording of that album. Pretty cool. And the Summer that Studio 4, yeah, it did record those artists.
Bugger.
It also recorded Lauryn
You
Hill
left-
as well.
Left me on red
So-
just for a second there.
So I kind of froze there. Turns out I made that up because he did get himself banned from a casino.
All right.
Ah,
So that's why I came up with that little casino
yeah,
bit.
that's like,
'cause
yeah, okay. the
absolutely
gambling.
froze, and that was the only thing I had for to back myself up.
And was my correlation between the NFL being on
Browns?
and
I
seeing they're from
I
Cleveland?
read that in the interview, and I was like, how can I twist that? And I did think of the NFL, and
Yeah.
because they're from Ohio, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Browns.
Damn.
I just thought go Browns. Yeah.
Yeah. He got banned
God damn
from
it.
gambling at a venue, a sport.
Yeah. I don't know if
not
it's
a venue, a
self-excluded
stadium.
or I don't know if he banned himself or he got banned. But
From the casino. True.
yeah, pretty crazy.
True. Nice. Damn, I'm on a
Nice
roll.
work, Brad.
Yeah. You goosed a couple, but not me. All right, we got one more thing left to do. We're going to rate these albums out of 10. Out of 10 what, though? Did anyone...
Pigeons.
Yeah, out of 10 pigeons for the Wonder Years. We would have definitely done that last time we did them as well. And then out of 10...
Tragic car accidents.
Epic car crash compilations.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's brutal, and I like it.
It's really
Yeah.
brutal.
Rachel, you can go first. So we're going to do Citizen. We'll all do Citizen, and we'll come back and do the Wonder Years. So Citizen out of 10, brutal car crash
So,
deaths.
so in that situation, is 10 brutal car crash deaths the good one or the bad one?
Yeah.
10
That's
you
as good as it
more-
gets.
Yeah, the
Good
best
and bad.
album is
Right.
10. 10 car
Okay.
crashes, unfortunately.
I would say... I'm going to say 9.
Whew.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Very
think
nice.
that's a big one for me,
Yeah.
that album.
All right.
Very nice.
Seb, what are you going to give it out of 10?
I'll go 9 as well because just how much this album did for my music tastes in general. It's just so big. But it wasn't a top 3 album for me, so it won't go 10.
Quick question. What are the top 3?
It's I'd have to sit here for a lot longer to talk about. But
We'll come back to you.
it's definitely a Blink album there, and
Yeah.
maybe a couple others.
Sorry for Party Rocking by MFA. Good album.
Bangers by
My
Miley
3 top
Cyrus.
albums are like the most shameful ones. Like, it's like literally, well, I mean, not, okay, this one's come back round, so it's okay, but my top 3 albums would be 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, My Chemical
Oh,
Romance.
hell yeah.
We love that album.
Yeah.
We did it on the pod.
That was the first album we ever did.
Dark Light by Him,
Ooh.
Okay.
and
Whoa. Forgot about
City of Evil by Avenged Sevenfold.
Whoa.
Oh,
hell yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That is a
Shame.
that is a list.
No, there's no shame.
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That's great.
Should be.
Good to that guy.
That's good. All right, Brad.
Okay. Car crashes. I'm gonna go 9 as well. I think I like this album is up there with. Like I love Shed by Title Fight. This is right up there with it. I think. I love how like this. It's like it sits in this really strange pocket of slevy, like heavy, slow. I said slevy descent. I just made a new word up.
That sounds like
slevy.
Wait, no one picked up on it. No one picked up on it. 'Cause it sounds good.
Oh, I thought I could get away with
It
it.
did sound legit, yeah.
Slevy.
Slevy.
Yeah, it's really emotional. And I think it's cool how it's called Youth. It's about how he loses his like innocence kind of through this whole situation he gets, and I think that's pretty relatable because I think everyone grows up eventually one day, and whether it's an event or a series of events, shit gets real pretty quick. So I think it depicts that really well. So I'm going to 9.
See? I'm gonna go 8 for this one. I can see myself chucking this album on in a lot of different scenarios. I think more than the One Year's album. It just aligns a bit more with what I've been listening to in my past few years, really. And it's just, I don't know. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's very concise, and all the songs flow together really well. So, yeah, I'm going to go an 8. Adam, finish it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go an 8 as well. I love this album, and I usually like love this music so much, but I thought, and maybe it's because I'm comparing it so much. Like we've done a fair bit of Title Fight on the pod recently, and I am kind of like listening to it. This is the first time I've listened to this album this week too, so I was kind of comparing the two a lot, and I think I missed a bit more of the like variety that you get on maybe like a Title Fight record. Like it is great, but maybe just a little bit more variety in there, and it would be. Like
It's a
9
pretty
or 10 for me.
consistent album.
Yeah, it's consistent,
which is great,
but it's like
yeah.
it is great, but the pacing is like kind of the same the whole way through. So maybe just a couple weirder tracks in there.
Get a bit
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, let's do the Wonder Years out of 10. Do we just do pigeons? 10 pigeons. Nice
Yes.
little flock of
Yep.
pigeons.
That's good.
No one,
All right,
no
Rachel.
one wants.
Oh yeah,
half
we
a
don't need
pigeon
decimal
anyways.
points, by the way. Even though no one didn't need decimal points, just in case you're thinking it's a 9.5. All
I
right.
was thinking that.
No, no, please. Yeah, Rachel, what are you giving it out of 10?
I think I would say 8 because I do think the Wonder Years evolve a lot more. I almost feel like with Citizen, I think Youth might be my favorite release of theirs, and then it went down. Whereas I think the Wonder Years went up for me. Like their releases got better,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Nice. I
Yeah.
still, I need to get around to checking out their
I'd say the
other
exact same.
albums.
I'd probably go
I think
7.
their
7,
later
but
releases
yeah,
I might
they're
actually be a bit more into.
next couple albums
Seb,
are
what are you
just
giving it?
insane. So it's just not the best of the best, but it's still pretty good.
Nice. Bradley.
I'm gonna go 7 as well. I think it's good that we've been able to do 2 albums on the pod because their discography is quite intimidating, and I wouldn't know where to start. But I'm glad we did. Yeah, this one. I think I like this one better than the one we did afterwards.
Ooh.
Same.
I just think it's a bit more raw and faster. I just like because I just on any given day I'd take that over taking the time to pick the lyrics, which I probably should, but I don't as much as I should. But yeah, I think this one got the edge over me.
Yeah, nice. I'm unfortunately going to back you up there again with the 7. I said it before, but I think if I heard this when I was younger, I'd be a lot more into it. I think the ship has sailed for me, finding new bands that sound like this.
Yeah.
With that said, though, I can see why they're such a popular band, like with so many releases that they're pretty big in the pop punk scene. It's like super fun, energetic, very heart in your sleeve. But it's not exactly what I've been into as much. So I'm gonna go 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same exactly, which is incredibly boring. But yeah, 7. Just because, yeah, I think it is like pop punk as a genre. It's been around for a while, and it does it's been done a million times. I think this does have like a bit of that special sauce on it for sure. That's like really good lyrics, uplifting. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just missing something, a gear maybe,
Yeah.
an extra gear up.
Yeah, I forgot to mention. I was going to mention earlier. All my friends are in bar bands. That's clearly
Yeah,
where DJY got the podcast name from.
Crazy.
Yeah,
you
I
go.
never knew that, which is very cool.
That's cool.
Everyone should go listen to that podcast. He's had some crazy good guests on it. Easy win
Unbelievably good.
for Youth. 43 out of 50 beats Wonder Years.
It's a high
The
score.
upside's 36
Good
out of 50.
album.
Boom. There it is. Yeah, that is a very high score for Youth. That was crazy.
I
Very
think
good album.
everyone is like anyone who listened to that album when it came out, I feel like connects it really makes you remember that time of your life. Like I don't know, I
Yeah.
feel like almost I can like remember myself like driving and like I feel like I can like when I imagine back in 2013, I feel like that was literally the soundtrack.
Yeah,
of,
I think same. Like I
when I
can
replay like the
remember so
highlight reel of
vividly
my
like
memories
when
of
getting
2013,
shown
that's the album that's playing in
the
the
summer,
background.
just like
Yeah.
watching it and being like obsessed with that song and not listening to anything else, and then just waiting for the album to come out, and then that album was all I listened to for like I don't know months.
Mm.
Such a strong album.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely one of those bands that a lot of people have that connection with in the scene. Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, look,
They're
it's Aston.
fun albums. Hey, Aston. He's not there. He can't hear. He has headphones on. Yeah, we'll see. Well, thanks for coming on the show, guys. That was
Yeah, it's
very
been great,
fun. And
guys.
2 very fun albums to listen to.
Mm.
which
Absolutely.
was-
Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
Heaven.
No, I need to
Awesome.
listen to their other albums.
Everybody
both
goes to Heaven.
bands. I've listened. What's Citizen's
Bit of
album
a-
after this?
Bit of a
Every-
Red. Is that the red one?
No, that's Everybody Goes to Heaven.
Right. Which is the one with the Jet? What song? What album?
That's the next one. That's
Yeah.
that's the one after that. Yeah.
As you please.
God,
Yeah.
my list is so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Every week, you're just like, yeah, I've got to look at the rest of this discography. Fuck. Then you
Then-
go to the next week.
Their next album is the album where it like the dynamic was really brought in, and then that's when Citizen fans went, why isn't this this isn't consistent enough? And then
Right.
But I really liked it. I think that album again is another one where I that's when I started traveling. So all of that album is what I associate with planes. So
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Cool.
That's a plane album. That's really nice.
Yeah, plane
way to
album.
think of.
Listen, next time you're on a flight when you're out of lockdown and you can leave.
Yeah.
Listen to
Find a
that
plane
on a
album.
plane. Find a plane album.
Mine will be
highly
Justified by
recommend.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
There you go. Got to mention.
Yeah, nice.
Very good.
Perfect.
Knew I'd get him in there.
Nice stuff. Nice stuff all around. Next week on the show, Rachel, we have one of the bands that you manage coming on the show. Got Alex and Noah from Debbie's. We were meant to do this a while ago, so I've actually listened to his albums a lot. And he's been one of them. He's been in the press a lot lately.
Oh yeah.
We're
They picked him before that. I
Yeah.
don't know if that makes it better or worse. So.
I think it makes it way better that we're doing him now.
So
We're doing
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly, Tickets to My Downfall versus Violent Soho Waco. Which is a
If only we were
crazy
doing-
matchup on paper.
Yeah.
If only we were doing Tickets to My Downfall versus Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
Slipknot. That would be.
Or like any of the metal bands that have come
Any
out
of
and
the
just
bands.
talked shit about him lately.
Why would you pick a fight with Slipknot?
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
Wasn't he
Anyway,
at a metal?
He's gonna get bashed.
Wasn't he at like Download Festival as well? It was at like some heavy metal.
Yeah, we were just talking about how
Yeah.
metal fans are
Huh?
psychopaths.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very brave.
No.
I don't know if it's brave. It's a bit
Yeah.
silly, but we'll get into it next week. It should be pretty
Anywho.
fun.
Very keen.
It should be pretty fun. Yes, go follow us on the socials at Record Royale on all that good shit. Check out Haliday's brand new spanking debut single, Phase Me.
Yep.
If you like your pop punk, if you like your emo, you're probably going to like it. Especially if you like Blink. You probably like Blink. If you don't like Blink listening to this podcast, you probably stopped listening by now, actually. Yeah.
Thank
Probably
you.
run you out of town.
A lot of
but
fun.
that's all good. So that's next week on the show. Rachel, Sebs, thank you so much for coming on. It's
Thanks,
been a
guys.
pleasure.
Thanks for
Thanks,
having
guys.
us.
See you soon, hopefully.
We're going to send this one home. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.